Have you set a date?
No, not yet, but it will be soon, I hope.
Well, I have to admit to mixed emotions about this. I'm happy for you and Kane, of course, but I'm not looking forward to losing the best administrator I have ever had.
Well, now, who said you were going to lose me?
No one. But since you're getting married, I just assumed that you would be...
No, wait a minute. I may be taking my husband's name, but that does not mean I'm going to make any plans to stop working, at least not in the immediate future. Besides, I enjoy what I do at the center so much. It means so much to me that I can't give it up right now.
Well, I am really glad to hear that. I'm sure that you'll still want some time, though, to take a honeymoon.
Well, yes, definitely.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Well,
yeah.
Yes, I hope we go someplace with lots of empty beaches and no phones. Seeing as how we haven't even really decided what kind of a wedding we're going to have, I wouldn't really worry about it.
Well, when the time comes, you let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Oh.
Ming-Li must be very excited about the upcoming festivities, huh?
I guess so. I really haven't talked to her too much about it.
Well, if she's anything like most young girls her age, she probably thinks that a wedding is the most romantic thing in the world.
More people buy furniture and big weight problem. Visitor from another world is so
Let's go with me. You can't just walk in here. What if Kane were home?
I waited until I saw him leave.
What do you want?
It's been quite some time since you've last checked in with us. The Major wanted an update as to how your progress was with Kane.
Well, I don't talk to servants. If the Major wants to talk to me...
The Major is a very busy man. I, on the other hand, have all the time in the world. And I'm sure you haven't forgotten the agreement you've made. Now, have you?
It's open!
What, you don't open the door anymore?
Not me.
What's up? I got your message. What are you doing?
Well, I'm getting ready to go somewhere. I'm gonna need you to cover for me for a couple of days. Actually, it could be longer than a couple of days.
What, is it a new case? Something I don't know?
No, it's Eden. I've got to go find her, Kane.
Find her? I thought she was in Paris on business.
Yeah, well, she's in Paris, but whatever she's doing, it ain't business.
Wait a minute, you lost me.
I'm not too clear on it myself. Apparently, my wife had something she had to do, something she didn't want to tell me about, so she concocted this elaborate story about some corporate merger in Europe and got her family to back her up on it.
You think she's in some sort of trouble?
I have no way of knowing. I don't know. I can't get a straight answer out of anybody. I mean, they're protecting her. I don't even need to know from what, apparently.
I mean, if it was something bad, she would have told you.
Not necessarily. She's done this before, you know. And she was acting strange before she left. I thought it was because Chip was here, or maybe it was having lost Mason, but now I don't know, man, and frankly, I don't feel good about it.
You talked to her?
I can't reach her. Can you believe that? I've left I don't know how many messages at the corporate headquarters in Paris, and, you know, she's probably not even in Paris for all I know.
I'm sorry, why? How are you going to find her?
Well, I got a couple of contacts working on it, and hopefully something will pan out. If not, I'm not going to sit here and wait for this phone to ring. I'll tell you, I'm hitting the plane tonight. I'm going to be in Paris.
Well, I don't know if you want to do this or not, but if they don't pan out, you might try calling Philip Hamilton, Major Hamilton.
Yeah?
He's got some connections in Paris. I think they date back to the peace talk days, but he might be able to connect you up with someone.
Well, thank you. I'll get in touch with him, and hopefully it'll help. But even if it doesn't, I am going to find her, and when I do, she better have a real good reason for lying to me.
Heather, I'm putting you in charge of coming up with embarrassingly large sums of money from all the hospital bigwigs. I'm expecting it.
Thanks a lot, Michael.
Hey, come on, you volunteered.
Huh, don't believe it for a second I was drafted.
Listen, who talked Daddy into advancing advances on her allowance?
It's only because I was cute.
That's because you were born kissing the Blarney Stone.
Yeah, if I was, you were holding it. Michael, I'm sure that Sister Rebecca doesn't care to hear any of this.
No, I'm fascinated.
Before you leave, Heather, I have a little contribution of my own that I want to make, if you don't mind dropping it off at the house on the way to the hospital.
No problem.
Rebecca has worked such miracles with her solicitations in Santa Barbara. I have a little something I want to do on my own. If you'll excuse me, ladies, I'll go get it.
You're doing great. Oh, I don't know how much longer I can keep this up. I almost called you Julia a minute ago.
Just keep doing what you're doing, Heather.
Yeah, I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about you. How long do you think you can keep this up?
As long as it takes to get Sarah into my confidence so I can find out what happened here.
You're really sure something did?
Mason was sure of it, and that's good enough for me. The least that I can do is find out what it is that he gave up his life for.
You know what? I think you should just tell Michael what you're doing. I know my brother, and anything you tell him will not go any further. You know, he even used to be a cop. He may even be able to help you.
You make any plans?
No, I'm trying not to. I just want to be back in my old room up at the house with Mom and Daddy. Ted, all I want to do right now is try and recapture a little of the way things were. You know, all the love and security that's in that house. How much fun it was growing up there.
I know what you mean. You know, it's probably a lot better remembering it than it really was, though.
Probably, but I don't care. I don't care. It'll always be home to me. And, you know, maybe it isn't so bad remembering things as being better than they really were.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, I'm glad to find you two together.
What are you looking so happy about?
Well, first of all, I got my daughter back. That's one thing, and number two, take a look at these headlines, huh?
You don't like me very much, do you?
It's not important. I don't approve of the agreement the Major has with you. But then again, it's not up to me to question the Major's motives. He's determined to see that Kane pays for taking Sue Lee away from him. I do believe, however, that he has doubts about you handling the task.
What do you think?
Oh, I'm sure you can handle it. But what puzzles me is why it's taking you so long. The Major's becoming very impatient.
You go tell the Major that these things take time. There's been a complication, but I'm working on it.
Oh, I'm sure you are. You think you're a very clever girl, don't you? Letting Kane believe that you're still his daughter, only to betray him.
It was your master's idea.
Oh, he can justify what he's doing, but you're only doing it for the money, like a common, ordinary whore.
You stand there accusing me, calling me names. You don't know anything. You're one of the lucky ones. You got out of Vietnam early.
We were both victims, Ming Lee. I lost both of my parents in the war. I was very young, but I still remember that day. There are thousands of stories just like ours. But you want to know the difference between you and me? The difference is that I never sold myself to a stranger.
Then what do you call it? Who says you're not just like me? We're the same person, Kai. Only wrapped in different colored paper.
It's very beautiful. Daddy gave it to Michael the day he graduated from Police Academy.
I mean, Mom gave it to Dad to give it to me. My father never was too excited about my career as a cop. He saw it as being one step above garbage collector.
You know, I will never forget the look on his face when he gave this to you. He mumbled something about coming to talk to him when he decided to get a real job. You sure you don't want to hang on to it?
What, for sentimental reasons? I'm not a masochist.
Okay, then I'll just drop it off on my way back to the work.
It's time for me to attend to my prayers. I will let you know if I get any more calls for donations. Thank you so much for your help.
It's my pleasure. Let's just hope we reach our goal, huh, Father? And I, too, should go. I have grand rounds in a half an hour.
Heather, before you go, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
What do you think about Sister Rebecca?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Well, she's not exactly like the nuns we grew up with, is she?
Yeah, well, I guess the nuns have changed a little bit since we grew up. Look, I will see you tomorrow, and we can make all the final arrangements, and I have a real good feeling that this auction's going to sell itself, and you're going to be able to build yourself a new church.
Well, I hope you're right.
Then don't work too hard, Michael.
Dr. Donnelly, hello.
Well, good morning, Sister Agatha.
What is it? You look troubled. What's the matter?
Sister, I'd like you to arrange for a private luncheon in here for Sister Rebecca and myself. I need to discuss something with her, and I want to make sure that we're not disturbed.
Oh, let's see who's at the door.
Hi, Tori.
Hi, Cruz. How are you? Oh, come on in.
Thanks.
Oh, it's the door closed.
How you feeling?
Oh, some days are good, some days are bad. Would you do me a favor? This kid weighs a ton in my back.
Oh, I'd be happy to take this guy off your hands. You remember me now?
Oh, you know, I do think he remembers you. As a matter of fact, I wanted to ask you a question. It seems that my son's first words have been in Spanish. Do you know how that's happened?
Oh, qué bueno, mijo. Don't worry, I didn't teach him anything that would get him into trouble. Very good, little guy. Actually, I needed to talk to the major. Is he here?
No, he's not, but he's expected back shortly. You want to wait, and then you can spend some time with baby.
Oh, great. That'd be nice. Let's pull up some chair here, pal. Well, actually, I was wondering about you, too, how you're getting on here, if you're settled in and everything yet.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
I must say, I was a little bit surprised to realize you were going to stay with the major. I didn't know the two of you were that close.
Well, he's a good friend. Here, sweetheart. Here.
Anything more serious than that going on?
You mean, are we sleeping together?
Well, I know it's none of my business, but I was kind of curious.
No, the major is just a good friend. As you know, I gave up the apartment when I thought I was going to move to Los Angeles. The major came to my rescue, but that's all there is to it. I owe him a lot, and I owe you, too.
Oh, don't be silly. You don't owe me a thing, Tori.
Yes, I do, because I was able to relax when I was in the hospital, because I know that you had the baby, and you love him, and you gave him lots of attention.
Well, I was glad to do it. We had some good times, didn't we, partner? Yeah. Come here. Come here.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you miss him a lot?
Oh, do I miss him? I miss him. A lot. Hey, buddy.
I don't know. I'm not really too sure how Ming feels about it. I guess different cultures have different ways of expressing things. I hope that she's happy about it.
Well, it can't be easy for her. I mean, coming to a strange place like this. Having lived so long in the Far East myself, I think I can understand the kinds of adjustments she's had to make.
Well, yes, you know, it was difficult for all of us in the beginning, but we're getting along better now. I don't know, I just think it took her some time to get used to our lifestyle. What she expected was more along the lines of lifestyles of the rich and famous. You know, when she first saw Kane's boat, it was such a shock to her that, you know, it's hard to get over.
Oh, yes, I can imagine. It should be a lot more comfortable now for all of you, now that you've moved into a new house, though.
Yes, it should be.
You don't, anticipate any problems, do you?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes I get the feeling that Ming resents me. She's so possessive of Kane, which is only natural. I mean, she's his daughter, but she's so very attached to him.
Are you jealous?
No. No, why would I be jealous? I mean, she is his daughter, after all. It's just that she's also a woman and not this little girl that we had expected. And, well, quite frankly, that has created some problems.
Hi. What you doing?
Well, I thought I was going to go down to the beach, but now that you're here, maybe I'll stick around for a while.
Oh.
We can have a picnic out back and lay out in the sun.
What about your fever?
All gone. Feel. Comes and it goes. So why don't you grab on your suit?
No, you go ahead. Not me.
Come on, what's the matter? You're not ashamed to be seen out in your swim trunks now, are you?
No, I have some things I do, and then I have to get back to work.
You know, you do have a very good body for an older man, you know.
Thanks, I think.
And it would be such a shame to let all this California sun go to waste. But if you're afraid of burning, have this wonderful suntan lotion you can use. Here. Smell.
Yeah, well, that smells very nice.
Let me put some on.
No, I don't want that junk on me, okay?
Come on, feel how cool it is against your skin.
Please. I said no.
What's the matter?
I'm your father, remember?
I know.
Well, you don't act like it sometimes.
I was only teasing.
Well, don't tease. Don't tease men like that. Don't tease me like that. Don't tease anybody like that. It's not right. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. I understand.
Well, good. Now, if you're gonna go out, why don't you put something else on? Put this on. Put it on. Start acting your age.
Fine, Father. Anything you say, Father. You don't like me in this suit? You don't like me staying out late? You don't like me to go dancing? What do you want?
So tell me, you excited about coming home?
I can't wait. Daddy, I need to ask you a favor.
You name it.
I want to come home and stay with you and Mama for a while.
You don't have to ask that. You can come stay with us anytime you want.
I know.
I'll be glad to have you home, as a matter of fact. But now that Mom's coming back, it's going to be like old home week.
Well, I can't promise you that I'd be good company. I have a lot of heavy things to think about, a lot of things to figure out.
Well, come on, let's talk about it.
I had these dreams while I was in a coma. There were these images of Jeffrey and TJ, and they were all jumbled up.
Hmm?
Now that I'm awake, none of it's any clearer to me, Daddy. All my feelings, they're all just as scrambled, just as confused.
Hmm. Well, honey, I don't know if I can untangle all these things. I mean, as you well know, I always have opinions of my own about them, but what it finally boils down to, it's what you want.
I just want to be happy again, Dad.
Hmm.
Jeffrey's been so patient, and I know I've hurt him. And then there's TJ. Daddy, how did all of this happen?
Would you like an expert's opinion?
Yes, please.
Well, let me go find one first, I mean. Listen to me. Right now, you concentrate on coming home. We'll take good care of you, and we'll love you. And anything above and beyond that will wait until you are ready to deal with it. Okay? Kind of a hug before I go?
Well, it doesn't look like the world came to an end while we were in rounds.
You were really great back there, you know that?
Oh, stop.
No, I mean it. You really did your homework, and it showed. There was some case you built for initiating family support for coma patients. Whenever Langan shuts up for 5 minutes, you know that you must be doing something right.
Yeah. Well, I think I owe most of the credit to Kelly and her family. It's one of those rare instances where reality and theory met right in the middle. I'm pretty pleased with the results.
Well, now that you're famous, I don't suppose that you'd consider going to this society auction with a mere nobody, would you?
Well, you know, it kind of depends on the nobody.
You're looking at him.
I think I can handle that. As long as you promise me one thing.
She's already making demands.
You have to promise me that we won't stay too late. I have not had 1 minute alone with you since that, whatever that was that day on the beach.
Doctor, are you suggesting what I think you are?
I am.
Excuse me, Doctor. This came in for you while you were on rounds. It's from the county courthouse. Something about your father.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Didn't look like good news. What's the matter?
There was the bailiff at the county courthouse. Seems my father waived a jury trial to be tried on charges of the false imprisonment of C.C. Capel and Pamela Conrad. There might even be a weapons charge, I'm not sure, but he just pleaded guilty.
Oh, no.
The sentencing isn't scheduled yet, but they're going to be transferring him to a federal prison tonight.
I don't understand. He had plenty of time to build a good case. If he would have gone to trial, it would have been months before it reached the docket.
I guess he wanted a quick settlement, and he sure got it. Sure wish the hell I did. I mean, the last time I saw him, he gave me this impression that everything was just going great. It's like he just gave up.
You know, I don't understand. What about the attorney that you hired to represent him? I thought he mentioned something about getting a plea bargain.
I don't know, but I'm going to find out when I go to see my father. I'm going to go to the county courthouse right now.
You know what? Wait a minute. I want to go with you.
What about your patients?
Griffin can cover for me. He owes me one.
What are you worried about, sister? You seem a little nervous.
No, not at all. Actually, Father, it's about this lunch. I think it was very kind of you to invite me here. However, I was...
Well, it's been a long while since we've had a chance to talk. We've been so busy with the fundraisers. I was reminded of something you told me. You said you originally came from Arizona. Is that right?
Yes.
And then you went to Georgetown. Was that before or after you lived in Arizona?
Before and after, actually.
I see. And your parents still live in Arizona?
Father, I don't mean to be rude. But I get the feeling that you're a policeman again, and I'm getting the 3rd degree.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to come across that way. I just want to get to know you better.
Apologize. I'm sorry if I misinterpreted the situation. I have so many things on my mind.
I see. Is there something besides the auction you have in your mind?
What do you mean?
When you came here the other night during the storm, I had the feeling there's something you wanted from me, something you needed to ask me.
Really, I honestly don't remember. I'm so busy in my mind.
You know, I hear confession here in the rectory until the chapel is rebuilt.
Yes, I know.
Well, I thought maybe you would like to have me hear your confession now. Seems to me that you haven't received any sacraments since you arrived here. I think this would be a good time if you feel the need.
All right.
Whenever you're ready, sister.
Let me give you the number of one of my contacts in Paris. Call it when you get there. He'll be expecting you.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Well, I guess Papa's got to hit the road about now. Maybe I could...
Eat your shoe.
Eat your shoe, why don't you, pal? Come here, say goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
No, say goodbye to me. Say goodbye to me. Who knows? Maybe after I get back, your mama will consent to let you come to L.A. with me, Chipper, and see a baseball game or something.
Well, we'll talk about it. Good luck with Eden.
You have a safe flight, Cruz.
Goodbye, Daddy.
I hope everything works out for you.
Oh.
Be good to your mama, buddy. Yeah, thanks. Again, Philip. I appreciate
it. You know, Eden is so lucky to have a man who cares about her like that. Don't eat that. But you know something? We're lucky, too.
You mean because you're here? Believe me, it's been my pleasure. Victoria, could I offer an observation as a friend?
Of course.
I saw the way Cruz looked at Chip while he was here, and at you. He loves this little guy very much, and he seems to be very protective of him.
You're right.
Cruz will be watching you, Victoria. He'll be watching every move you make.
I took the Lord's name in vain twice. And once I yelled at one of the sisters.
Is there anything else you need to confess?
Yes. I lost someone important to me. I think about that, and it interferes with my prayers.
Have you asked God for strength to face this loss?
Yes, but I'm not sure that he's listening.
You've lost your faith?
No. I don't know.
But you feel alone?
Yes.
We've all felt alone at times, sister, that God has forsaken us. And we blame ourselves, or worse, we blame God. But God hasn't forsaken you, sister. His strength is right there, If you will search your heart, you'll find it. Now, I know it's difficult to believe that this suffering has a purpose, but in time it'll become clearer to you. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Go in peace, and may God bless you.
Father, what seems to be troubling you?
I want you to be honest with me and with yourself.
What makes you think that I'm not being honest?
Because I sense something standing between you and your faith. I sense something keeping you from loving God or from loving yourself. I see it in everything you do. There's a deep sadness, and I hurt for you.
You heard my confession?
Yes, I heard the words, but I didn't hear what was in your heart. May I ask you something?
Father, please.
Now, this person you spoke about, this person you say you lost, you loved him very deeply, didn't you?
Yes, of course. He was my brother. I loved him very much.
I'm sorry you lost him.
Thank you for hearing my confessions, Father. I have work that I must get to.
Talk to me, all right? Tell me what is wrong.
I don't know if this is something I can share with you. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. The bottom line is I don't understand her. She keeps me totally off balance.
Well, Kane, teenagers have a knack for that. It's like their special gift.
I don't think it's just that. If it was that, I could handle it. I could buy a book or something. But everything I say to her, it doesn't get through to her, or at least if it does, it's not the way I intended.
What happened? Did you two have a fight?
Kind of. Yeah, she walked out angry. And trying to be what I think a father should be. But she's not a kid. She's practically a woman.
Well, look, Ming-Li is not your typical adolescent.
No,
No, she had to grow up fast in order to survive.
I realize that.
Well, did it ever occur to you that maybe what she needs right now isn't so much a father, but a friend? Someone she can talk to and trust.
Yeah, and I've been trying to do that, be on that level for her. But whenever we're together, it keeps turning into something else.
You know, I think that Ming-Li relates to you the way that she related to men in Bangkok whenever she wanted to get something. But look, that will all change once she realizes that this is her real home and that we are her real family.
You really believe that?
You're talking to a former teenager. I mean, I'm not saying that my experiences were the same as Ming-Li's, but I pulled my share of head trips.
I'll bet you did. I wish I'd known you then. I would have liked to have seen you in action.
Well, there wasn't much action back in those days.
Oh, no.
Interested in
Don't
you.
be modest.
No.
Like I always say, keep the past in the past. And the future in the bedroom.
Kane? Yeah.
Well, bad news travels fast, doesn't it? Didn't take you long to get here.
Dad, what happened to the lawyer I got you?
I fired him. Told the judge I was guilty, saved your bundle. What more can you ask for?
I don't care about the money. Why did you do it?
This whole process was taking too long, kid, and I'm tired. I wanted it finished, you understand? And the judge was a real regular guy. He only gave me 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, he said I could cut it in half with good behavior. But nobody has to worry. I'm not going to apply for a parole when it comes out.
Dad, what are you talking about? You could have gotten a suspended sentence. The lawyer could have made some kind of arrangement.
No more arrangements. That's what's wrong with this country. Everybody wants to arrange. I broke the law. You understand? I'm gonna do my time. That's the way the system should operate.
But you're not guilty of anything.
I am. I held a gun to a man. I could have killed him if I had the guts.
I don't believe that.
Well, it doesn't matter what you believe. What are you doing here? Why'd you come here? You gotta be embarrassed to tears to be here.
That's not true and you know it.
Isn't it?
Dad, you and I were never really great at expressing our feelings or what our thoughts were towards one another. But I always respected you. You're a good man. You're an honest man. You killed yourself to bring home a paycheck every week. Now, I don't know how you did it, but I definitely would not be where I am right now if you hadn't busted your butt for me.
Yeah, that's a pretty speech, kid. That's real good. But save it for somebody who deserves it. Don't waste your time on a loser.
Stop talking like that.
That's the way it is. You understand? Accept it and lead your own life.
No, I'm not going to accept anything. I'm going to get another lawyer. We're going to try and appeal this judge's verdict.
No.
Dad, I'm telling you, we'll do something. I don't know how. We'll get you out of here.
I'll do the same thing I did today. Don't you get it through your skull, kid. There's nothing more pathetic than fighting for a lost cause.
Time's up.
You got it right, buddy.
No, wait a minute, Dad.
No,
wait.
No. Listen to me. You heard the man? Now you take care of yourself. You hear?
Dad! I love you.
Hey. Ted, what a pleasant surprise. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
How's your sister doing?
Kelly, she's doing just great. And I'm not doing so bad myself. Oh, you're not gonna... Did you happen to check the stock report in the paper this morning?
I was just sitting down to it.
Allow me. When news of the merger leaked out, Armani stock jumped 5, count them, 5 points.
Did you have any money in this?
Mason's blue chip stocks, I cashed them all in. I put them all in Armani.
I remember you mentioning something about a hunch you wanted to play.
You are now looking at a very happy half-millionaire.
It must feel good.
Feels great. And yet, I don't want to stop here. I want to give all the money to you, and I want you to invest it for me. Kind of like a joint venture if we can work out.
I'm flattered by your confidence, Ted, but why me?
Well, you know what you're doing. I mean, I just got lucky here with this hunch. I might not get so lucky next time.
Well, why not ask CC? He plays the market.
Yeah, I know he does, and he's very good at it. I really want to keep this separate from the family.
I see. Well, the first rule of any wise investor, never let your emotions get mixed up in making money.
Yeah, wait, is that a rule you go by?
Yeah, I try. I'm not in it for my health. Especially not after last October's little adjustment. No, I'm in it for profit, pure and simple.
Oh, sounds good to me. Where do we start?
Rule number 2.
Yeah.
Always savor the first victory before going on to your next. Oh, why don't we have a brandy on it?
Sounds good. Oh, leave this.
Now, what shall we drink to?
To making money. Lots of it.
Hey, brother-in-law.
How you doing, darling?
Pretty good. They're gonna let me out of here tomorrow.
Oh, that's great news. Yeah, you're looking good. Listen, I hate to bother you while you're still recuperating and all, but I have a problem that only you can solve.
What's wrong?
I don't know where Eden is. I mean, try as I might, nobody will tell me anything about what's going on with her. I can't get a straight answer out of your parents to save my life.
And so you want me to tell you where she is?
Yeah.
Please, Cruz. I don't want to get involved in this.
Well, you know, Kel, it seems to me that you already are involved. I know how tight the two of you are. You had your heads together before she left. You must know where she is and what she's doing, right? Don't do this to me, please. It's not fair. It is not fair. And besides, I'm not going to leave anyway until I find out what's going on.
All the times I hid from my father and ran to my Uncle Hal. And all the shame that and the embarrassment that I never even tried to hide. It's all coming back to me. I deserve everything I'm getting.
That's not true, Scott. Your father loves you. He's just trying to protect you.
Protect me? Protect me from what? Heather, my father is the victim here, not me. The man never would have gotten a chance.
Do you think he would have gone free if there would have been a trial?
Now, who's kidding who? No, my dad was right. Even if the legal system did let him go free, I mean, what kind of life could he have lived on the outside with all the public humiliation and the publicity? Would have killed him. What a waste. And just because he wanted to see that justice would be done.
Maybe it was worth it to him.
You saw his face, Heather. That wasn't the look of a man who had any illusions left. And you know what the irony is here? Well, my father is rotting away in some jail. We're gonna be hobnobbing at some society auction with the Capwells and their friends making obscene noises over expensive knickknacks. That's a real joke. Yeah, my father would get a real kick out of that. Damn it! It's just not right. Why didn't you let me help him?
So how was your talk with Sister Rebecca?
I want you to move Sarah out of Rebecca's room.
Is there a problem?
Something I can't pin down.
I thought you liked Sister Rebecca.
I do, very much. But ever since she's come here, I've had a feeling that she had some kind of hidden agenda she was working on, and now there's some questions about her past that have come to light.
I am so glad you finally have said this. I have not trusted Sister Rebecca since the day that she arrived.
It's not just a question of trust, sister. We all have something to hide, and you and I, of all people, shouldn't pass judgment on that, but we can't afford to take chances either. We have to protect Sarah and our mission, just in case Rebecca doesn't turn out to be everything she's claiming to be.
Cruz, listen, I made a promise to Eden. I don't think I can break that confidence.
Well, you know, Kelly, you may have to break that confidence because you're the only hope I have of convincing somebody that this is wrong.
No, look, don't blame them. Eden made them promise.
Yeah? Well, how do you think I feel about this? You know, I know I'm not blood or anything, but I have been led to believe I'm a member of the family. Everybody is lining up and lying to me. It makes me feel lousy.
I can tell you she's not in any trouble. I can tell you that much.
Uh-huh. Well, then why is it that every time I talk to anybody about this, you, Cece, or Sophia, I see the same look in your eyes? You're all worried about her. I know you are. Don't tell me you're not.
Look, if you can just give her a little bit more time,
There is no more time. Kelly, listen to me. I have to know this now. If you are my friend, you'll tell me.
I know how I would feel if I were in your shoes. There's a clinic in Paris where she's staying. I have the address.
A clinic? Oh, my God.
No,
She's sick?
No, it's nothing. It's nothing like that. A doctor in Los Angeles told her that she most likely can't have children. Well, Daddy knew of this clinic where they perform an operation that might enable her to conceive. She wants to give you children.
Something I could do to make you feel better.
I don't know what I'd do if you aren't here.
I'll have to find out.
The longer that you stay just makes it hard to let you go.
All right, one more little toast
Another
here.
one.
No, this is the most important.
No,
everybody.
no, my head's spinning.
Hey, Dad.
Hi, Susie.
What's going on? Looks like a party.
Oh, we're celebrating, but then I don't have to tell you. You probably already heard about your son's recent financial coup.
No. Matter of fact, I haven't. Tell me about it.
The Armani stock. I cashed in Mason's blue chip stocks, and I turned a little profit with it.
A little? Don't be so modest. Your son made a killing, Cece. You should be very proud of him.
I'm proud of all my children. Come on, have a little talk with me. Private. Sure. What the hell is going on over there?
I just told you.
Have you ever heard of a man named Ivan Boesky and a little thing called insider trading?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you possibly getting 10 to 20 if this gets out. Where the hell is your head?
What is the big deal? I invested a little money and I made a profit. Exactly what Mason would have done.
Oh, really? And how does this Major Hamilton figure into all of this?
We're going into business together.
How well do you know him, son?
I know that we're going to make some money together.
I know that you're in over your head because I've done business with him. He can't be trusted now as far as you can throw him. Now, what have you signed exactly with him?
Wait, just cut this out. You are not going to talk me out of this.
I can't seem to talk you out of anything, including that wine fiasco you got into, putting good money after bad into the lair, and now this. Okay, sonny boy, you are on your own. And don't say I didn't warn you. May I at least suggest that you, don't turn your back on him?
Because she isn't making any progress. In fact, she's working backwards. I've just moved her into Sister Agatha's room.
You didn't even give me a chance.
Oh, on the contrary, I think I've given you every chance.
Are you punishing me for some reason?
You're gonna have to look into your heart for the answer to that one. But I can tell you one thing on my own observations, and that is that your obsession with Sarah goes far beyond the bounds of normal Christian caring.
She needs help.
Yeah, and Sister Agatha's going to tend to her.
I'm not talking about just food and shelter.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're asking me to be honest with you when you're not willing to be honest with me, and it's not a fair arrangement.
I don't know what you want from me.
Oh, I think you do. But you're afraid of something. I don't know what it is. But all this talk about the brother you lost, your obsession with Sarah, all the discrepancies in your background, none of it adds up.
Do you want me to leave?
No, I want you to trust me. Would you tell me, what are you doing here?
I can't.
Sunday night, an all-star cast for an all-star movie. Robert Redford, Glenn Close, and Robert Duvall in the NBC Sunday night movie, The Natural. So grab a seat, some peanuts and popcorn, and feel the magic of baseball. The Natural, Sunday.